That is
Are
definitely
you
what he's injured
short-tempered?
about.
Huh?
Are you short-tempered?
I defend my people.
Yo,
All right.
that dude was pissed.
But all right, in all honesty,
Oh, we're on?
yeah, we're on, we're live.
All right.
I didn't give y'all a heads up.
Come on, wake up, Wilson.
I wanted to go organic today. I wanted to just go organic and just record. So fuck it, we're here.
Oh, yeah. Wait, before we get into that, Eric Snow trying to get his groove back, looking old ass, easy breezy, knees out, cover girl over here, and then Wilson, you just need to show your face. That's all you need to do.
why are you coming at
Because
me
every
like
time you guys want to come for me, you wait till when I'm gone, and then you come for
you
me.
hit
So
the
now we're
smoke.
gonna start
You
on
hit
the right
smoke.
note.
You came back for the
Yes,
smoke.
I came ready for the smoke.
Wait,
Damn.
we said that you out there.
She dapped me,
Yeah.
gave me a hug,
Nah,
and
man.
said she looked nice today.
Nah,
like,
man.
Yeah,
Nah,
eat
man.
fresh
Gotta
off of
come
breaking
from
the internet.
Yeah, like off breaking
Come
the
from the
internet. It ain't our
smoke.
fault. You broke the internet. Like Jesus.
Abs out.
Y'all waited, y'all. Yes, I worked hard for it. It's hot girl summer. You been at?
No, it's hot boy
Not
summer.
in
It's hot boy
gym.
summer.
It's hot girl summer.
I didn't-
So
I
you see
didn't know
Future
that
out
you-
here crying for love. It's hot girl summer.
I didn't know that you were that shredded.
I was a former D1 athlete. What are you talking about?
I started to comment and say it was Photoshop, but I didn't want to go that route.
Airbrush that ass.
Nah, Mama
jealous.
Simon would have came for you.
I'm jealous. Yeah, I'm jealous.
Airbrushed.
I'm jealous.
Mama Simon would have came for him and been like, Brandon, show us your abs.
Yeah, you know. I'm content on my role, but my role is toned.
Facts.
That's where I'm at. That's
All
where I'm
right.
at.
I got 4
You know.
abs here at the top.
Oh my god.
There's nothing wrong with that. I feel like when everyone thinks that you have to have it like chiseled, like it's okay to have like a defined dad bod.
Yeah, I'm a grown. I don't have a dad. I don't think I'm dad bod ready, but I'm a grown man. I'm gonna have a fucking gut. Like metabolism slows down.
Jason Momoa was out
Yeah,
there
he's
with
like
with the-
came out
with
of
the
the
dad.
oven,
Yeah,
toasted.
yeah. All right. I see what's happening here. Grassroots Podcast. Thank you guys for tuning in. Be sure to check us out, Grassroots Pod, on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube. Be sure to hit the notification button and be notified for the latest to the greatest episodes. There's a lot to cover today. Finally a week of something where we just ain't been in here just brainstorming and trying to just think. We have a guest today, as we said, and as we always say. Introduce yourself. But before that, I'm Brandon Killabh Hall.
I'm Erin Ashley Simon.
Friar Lawrence, straight out of Fair Verona.
Oh my God! Oh
Figure
my
that one
God! Oh
You
my
don't know
God!
that.
I do know it because I just bought the movie. That's the only reason I know that. Only reason I know it.
I'm Wilson.
And our guest today,
And I am Jourdan Guyton.
Guyton. Yo, I butchered your name a few times.
you?
Yeah, I did.
That's disrespectful. You
I'm-
should have just asked.
Well, I know, but
I would have told you.
I know. But
He's known for butchering names.
Yeah, I was about to say,
anyway.
he butchers a lot of
He
words.
be saying the most common names and like
Right.
butchering the crap out of them.
okay. I didn't
got
foresee
it.
the
We
show
got
going this way, but okay, we're here.
Ashley.
Okay.
So Candice.
Okay. No. Okay. This is great. I love this.
Yo, what do you say? Buju Banton?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Buju Banton.
Well, that was an honest mistake. I don't like. Come on.
Was it?
Okay.
It was. I don't listen to Caribbean music like that. I like Bob Marley. I found 2 other artists over the weekend though that were really, really dope. I'm really excited about.
Have you ever heard of Elephant Man?
Yeah, but I never listened to Elephant Man. I like Sean Paul. Why are we talking about this? This doesn't even matter. This doesn't even matter. So yeah, we have a lot to cover. I want to start first with I did a nice stories. I think I executed well on my stories on reporting on this early on as it was coming in. Short man.
Wow, discriminatory.
Short man.
I believe he has a name.
Well, no, they're saying they're just listen.
His name is Chris.
Let me get into it. They're labeling him short man.
Why do you have to do it?
I'm just saying the short man video. I honestly
He could have been Bagel Guy.
I honestly am 50-50 on Bagel Guy. I was originally calling him Bagel Guy. Then they called him short-tempered, and then they called him all sorts of shit that was really
Wow.
funny. It was funny. But before we get into it, so for those that don't know, what was the guy's name? Let me look this up because I've done
Chris Morgan.
Chris Morgan. Oh damn,
Oh,
you're ready. He's ready. Relax.
No. Get his name right. Get his name right.
Wilson is on it today.
Yeah,
Get his name right.
Okay, all right.
You're not his father.
All right.
You're not God.
Okay.
You're not his boss.
Right.
All right. Listen, I don't want to be his father. God, the guy
Or the short bat he
yeah,
used.
the guy in back of the counter he was yelling at. I don't want to be any of these people. I want to go on record by saying I am 50-50 on my stance on him, and I'll explain why. For those that don't know, Chris Morgan, he's a small gentleman, I will say, that
vertically challenged.
a video you need to relax. A video of him surfaced and went viral of him walking into a bagel place somewhere in New York City where he got into an altercation with one of the workers working there, I'll say. With that said, one thing led to another where he started to yell out a number of obscene comments in reference to people targeting him for being short or I guess below average height. That then escalated into him getting into a fight, and well, I wouldn't say a fight. He was tackled.
He was assaulted.
He was assaulted. He was assaulted. He was assaulted.
He got hemmed up.
That was like a bear hug.
Yeah,
assaulted.
Yeah, he was assaulted. But was it really an assault? Like, come on.
Abso-fucking-lutely.
Come on. It wasn't an assault.
Wilson, let him know, Wilson.
Come
Looked
on.
like football practice.
Okay. They had pads on. They was chilling. He wasn't hurt. He wasn't hurt.
He got choked to the ground.
I don't know if he got
By someone
choked.
twice his size.
I think he got restrained.
Restrained.
All right, so listen, hold on. I already see where this episode's gonna go, and I'm fine with this. I want to make a case for the women,
Okay.
and I want to make a case for the employees.
Okay.
And then lastly, I want to make a case for the paying customers in back of him.
Oh.
Yeah. I want to make a case for this.
Wilson's going to tear you up. Go ahead.
That's fine.
Go ahead.
First and foremost, again, I want to go on record by saying I do feel bad for him because for those that don't know, again, as this story started to break and things started to happen, more videos surfaced of him in a number of different things. This is stemming back like 2013, where he's had these random altercations or mishaps with different business establishments where he's gone in and they've said inappropriate things, or he's felt like they've targeted him. Most recently, he walked into some gas station, I'll say, to get donuts or whatever, and the gentleman, as soon as he walks up to the counter and puts his stuff on the counter, the clerk says, "Hey, how tall are you?" Why are you laughing? That's
Because it's terrible.
fam.
That's extremely disrespectful.
That is extremely disrespectful. Like
You say 2000 and whatever.
you gotta put the
You
mic
said
up.
2000 whatever when the videos first came out, but I don't think that's when it started. It started.
No, oh
when
no.
Oh, he's
Yeah.
been going through this his whole life.
Oh yeah.
His
So it came out the
life.
womb.
Yeah.
Whole life.
So what I'm saying, it started meaning you're triggered. Like, I need you to relax. You're coming in hot.
Let him go, man.
I gotta defend this man.
I know, but let me lay out the grounds, and then we can have a
They seen the video.
conversation.
Let
Let
him
him.
go.
Okay. What I mean by saying it started, I'm saying that viral moment that is still viral because more and more videos are coming out. He's been on the Breakfast Club. He's been on Channel 9 News, Channel 7 News. Like he's on a run at this point. He's hot. I foresee him making money, but
And getting a girlfriend.
and
He'll get a girlfriend.
100%. But with that said, now here's my defense. Number one, I'm not okay with him speaking the way he was speaking to women, calling them bitches, calling them all sorts of shit. No one in that from what I've seen, no one in that video that first went viral of him talking to the woman standing in back of him saying, hey, he goes off about the random things that he sees in dating apps and what the things women say to him. Clearly, that's a pain point from him. But no one there said that. Even the woman said, yo, no one said that. Just get your food. We're hungry. We're not trying to have a conversation with you. You're being disrespectful to women. That's one. Two, he's then being disrespectful to just people around him. The guy standing in back of him saying, "Hey, calm down. No one's trying to get at you." He flips out on him. You're not my boss.
Which he wasn't.
That's true. But we're not going to negate what made this person, the gentleman in back of the gentleman that he yelled at, say something. So then, fast forwarding again, he picks on Goliath, and he loses that battle. And I'm happy he lost that battle because, yeah, you have a right to be mad and you can feel how you feel, but pick your battles.
Okay. The guy who tackled him most certainly picked his battle. Okay? Because, yo, Bagel Man looked like The Rock. He wouldn't have said fucking shit.
How do you know that, though?
Come on, bro.
How do you know?
He wasn't
Come
built
on,
like
bro.
Okay,
that. He wasn't built like
Come
that.
on.
The way he tackled him, you
Yeah.
already
Yo,
know.
big,
all
big,
I'm
hold
saying
on.
is-
You've had your, you made your points.
I didn't even get to finish my point. I'm getting attacked right now.
Let my man
All
defend
right.
his client, bro.
So yeah, like Jesus, like we're not even doing cross-examination, and like let me finish my shit. But even all that, for the dude that jumped on him, was it some pussy shit? It was, but I understand why, because again, man to man, You don't care how small or big someone is. You're not gonna let somebody talk to you, say shut the fuck up, all this crazy.
You know, he could have flicked him. Like he could have just walked up to him and went like that.
Yeah,
and
but some people are big on. All right, I have to make an example. Like you haven't learned your lesson.
Okay.
Yet.
Oh, he has to learn a lesson.
Wow.
Yeah, I would think so. If you're walking into a random business establishment and you're insulting people that have done nothing to you on paper, at least on screen. Yeah.
Okay, let's talk about the employees. When he threw down his bagel, right?
Mm-hmm. And then what
did the woman do? The woman laughed. That wasn't no regular laugh. No, sir.
I mean, it's kind of
we know
funny
what that
seeing
laugh is
someone
all
get
about.
mad and throwing a bagel.
Yeah,
like, what?
come
I
on.
would be like,
Is that not funny?
She laughed at him like, you're a little man, very unintimidated. She laughed at him. She laughed at his
No,
anger.
she laughed at, hey, regardless of whether you eat that sandwich or not, you've already paid for it. I already have my money. That's why she's laughing. She's laughing like, okay, it's on the floor. We're gonna make another one. We already got paid.
If it really,
and then if he really meant it, why did he go back and get it?
well, because he didn't want to give her the satisfaction.
Which is my point.
Because she laughed at him.
I
So he
have
said,
to
you know what? That's funny to you?
man.
I'll take my bagel.
That guy, I partially felt bad for him, but then another part of me is like, yo, you keep writing your own jokes, man. Like, if you're gonna have one of those scenes, then have one of those scenes. Don't go back and get the bagel.
Yeah,
Don't go on
man.
camera and then go on a rant and say you're the prophet and you're this generation's Martin Luther King Jr. and that you went to the forest and not just a regular bat. You said you got a small bat and hit a tree. You're writing. I'm sorry, you're writing the jokes for yourself. There's some point, like I get it, like. He's smaller. He's probably going through a lot of shit, all that. I get it because you know what? Black people go through a lot of shit too. So I guess you can relate to us in some capacity.
100%.
But it's like at some point you have to stop blaming the whole fucking world and work on your own insecurities and
100%.
yourself. You can't always blame everyone else for how you feel because at the end of the day, the only person who you have control over is yourself.
I agree.
So let me propose a question to you guys. Let's say it wasn't a.
How much is he paying you? I'm curious.
I don't talk about my fees.
How tall are you?
I keep those between me and my client.
How tall are you?
I'm 6 foot.
How tall are you?
Oh my God.
So Eddie, how you put it? Let me propose this question to you guys.
Okay.
Right?
He's 4
let's say it was a child or a woman that was acting the same exact way.
Mm-hmm.
Is running up and choking them to the ground a reasonable response?
Is another woman doing it?
If it was a child, your mom would have whipped your ass.
Did you deserve it? Are you yelling obscene things in a public place where someone is liable to relax?
Are you
So-
putting
so-
your,
so
are you
you're
putting
okay
your
with the
finger-
man running
Are
up-
you in someone's face? You shouldn't be getting in anyone's personal space.
Let's say a woman or a child is that a reasonable reaction?
And if the other person was a woman too, then yeah.
No, it's a man.
No, that's not.
No, you can't.
That's
If
not
you're,
the same.
no. If you're switching
That's not the
one,
same.
if you're switching one gender, you gotta switch the other.
You're not
Stop
gonna-
it.
you're
You
not
ain't
gonna-
no, you're not doing
Yeah,
that.
you're not-
Here goes the whole entire point. He's not the size of. He's not a normal sized man.
So why are you talking big man shit then?
Don't get in people's
Well,
faces.
I don't
Why are you doing
Personal-
that?
He was just
It's
airing out
one
his
thing-
frustration.
Yeah, but and I'm all for that. I feel that man's pain.
You don't. You're not.
You've
you're not,
never walked in his shoes.
You're not 4'11".
Have you not experienced racism? You know what
Yeah.
that feeling feels like. I'm not talking about the act of being short and having to walk in establishments and being insulted. You know what I'm saying? What I'm simply saying is, at some point in your lives, you felt something that made you uncomfortable or that stung that made you react. I'm not saying that his
Brandon.
feeling is not genuine. What I'm saying is how he handled it. No, I don't agree
Well,
with it.
Brandon, being black is a whole lot easier than being a 4'11" foot man.
No. What
Whole lot easier.
are you talking about? What, fam?
Whole lot easier.
Sorry,
I'm not- yeah,
this guy,
no.
even though he's 4, he's still white. He still has
No.
privilege.
That
Still
4'11".
has
So being
privilege.
black, you walk around every day like, I'm black. No, but he's doing that because he's 4'11".
Do we walk around saying, "Oh,
Well, wait,
I'm black, the
I do
world's
do that,
against
though.
me.
I'm confused.
I hate this person.
Hold on.
You don't know how it is to be black."
But it's not the,
No,
There are
I'm not
black
doing
people
that.
like
it's not
that.
the same. He's 4'11".
Yeah.
As a grown man.
So hold on. I just.
That's painful.
No, and I understand that. Trust me.
Listen.
I understand that. I spoke to a number of women just to get their take on it. And they all said the same thing. Like, yeah, no, I'm not dating no 4'11" nigga. Like, they all said the same shit.
Of course they're not.
So I get it. I
He's
understand
also
that.
45 too. So.
But
Yeah, and he's not in the best of shape.
Well, yeah, y'all killing him right now.
He could
I'm saying, like, being 45 and then you're 4'11", he doesn't sound like he's got a girl, ever will get a girl. I think that it's a painful realization. No, do I think that I think that we didn't see what happened 10 minutes before this whole rage happened with this man. We don't know what people were doing behind the counter. I don't know what provoked him to call these girls bitches or whatever the case is.
And that's not to cut you off. I want to get into that too, because we're not going to just skip past that.
I think that would provide context, and I also think that we were just maybe able to capture that straw that broke the camel's back moment.
Yep.
Like, it was that moment. I think it all sucks. I don't think he should have been tackled. I don't think he should have disrespected somebody. But I also think that was the moment. Maybe, I don't know this man, but that was the whole enchilada.
So that was my thing.
Where he was ready to risk it all against this 12-foot man, where he was like, F it.
Yeah.
You know what? I have
That guy
nothing
was
else to
like
lose.
5'7".
I'm not growing. I'm not getting girls. So let me just do it.
All right, but here's my
The
only
dude didn't
thing.
even uncross his arms when he chest bumped.
Hold on, but this is my only thing. Right?
Stupid.
I thought the same thing. I thought, yo, this guy has had a rough go with it, and somebody in there said something, laughed, or whatever, and it sent him over. I get it. Explain the other 9 videos.
Yeah, it's a culmination of things, man. Can you imagine, like, every time you go in the store, like, yeah, how tall are you?
But this is another thing too. I think we
That would
as
be fucked up.
we
That
as
sucks.
Yeah, it
people,
does. It does.
we as people are. It's weird to say this, but like it's like we're entitled when it comes to our problems, in the sense of like we think that we're the only ones that have problems or the only ones that have these kind of
Take 'em to
problems.
church, eh?
When there are other people who are probably just as small that may have similar problems, worse problems, or figure out how to deal with it.
Yeah.
For me, I do feel bad for the guy because I'm sure he's probably been made fun of and went through the whole, long yard when it comes to being short.
Yeah.
But I don't think that you should, well, first of all, you shouldn't be getting into anyone's personal space,
Yeah.
period. No matter how upset you get. You enter someone's personal space, that's opening up for someone to attack you,
Agreed.
period.
I don't
That's
think,
if a
but
woman
he
goes up
stepped
to...
into the tall guy's space. I think the tall guy ran up on him. I
No,
don't
he
think
stepped into the other people's personal
Yeah,
space.
so
He chest bumped another
he
taller.
used-
No,
yeah.
Wilson,
And then the other
he
guy
did not
came out of
chest
nowhere.
bump him. His
He-
stomach
with
hit his
interference.
genitals.
No,
Another guy
he
was just
chest
like, yo,
bumped. He
fam.
had his arms full. Yo, you need to relax.
Yo, you need to
I
chill.
haven't heard that word
You
in
need
so
to
long.
chill.
You
Like,
need
I
to
haven't heard genitals since
Yeah,
I was like 12.
What was
and
his
he- yo,
chill.
keeping it a buck. That was the first thing I knew. This is y'all close.
Yo, fam. Fam, he's a golfer, bro.
Y'all ain't got no space.
Y'all are bad.
Like, y'all just wilding in the grocery store.
Yeah. He was so non-threatening.
No.
And that's exactly why
he
he's
was
so
so
angry.
non-threatening.
All right,
That's
so hold
exactly
on,
why he's
hold on.
angry.
I just want to understand something, just so I'm clear. Number one, I think we're all in agreement. He shouldn't have been tackled, but are we
And choked.
And choked? He was choked. Cool.
And he also screamed in his face, "You don't speak to people like that."
Yeah. Okay.
Yo,
But even all of that,
Get him in the
are we?
corner.
Hold on. Are we ignoring all of the other things that happened? To Jordan's point, the obscene things he yelled at women. He called them bitches. He said that they were whores. He said that they
But
weren't worth
I think
shit.
that happens every day. It's just not on tape.
Yeah.
I think this
I agree.
escalated because he was tackled. Had he not been tackled, we would not know about this man.
My client has been driven to insanity.
I agree, and I think he has been driven to insanity.
Yeah.
What I'm saying is, at what point do you get some help? And at what point do you stop attacking innocent bystanders trying to get breakfast?
Can you imagine going up and asking for a cinnamon roll and some girl goes,
I don't
does
think
that
you
have
can
to
say
do-
innocent
like-
because you didn't see what happened before.
I didn't, but I'm talking about people that were. I'm just going off of the people, the woman that was in back of me
Like,
saying,
imagine
"Hey,
going to 7-Eleven and be like, "How long you been black? Like, can you, why
Every
you
day.
ain't dark? Like, why you
Yeah.
ain't dark? Like, you ain't sexy, nigga, because you light. Like, you do that every
damn, that
Yeah.
felt
Hey.
kind of
Well,
personal.
first off, Jordan, anytime that's said to me, I let him know I got drip. I got drip. Let's be clear. That ain't
It's
happening.
just there's
But
not a lot of 5'4" men walking around.
I agree.
Yeah.
But that's the other thing I want to say. I want to say this, and not to. I don't want to sound insensitive. That is an unusual thing to see it. It
Yeah.
is an eye-catching thing. It's the same thing
Yeah.
when you see people with deformities, or you see people even dressed differently or different haircuts.
Yeah.
You're automatically drawn to look at things that you're programmed to think are out of the norm.
Yeah.
That's important.
He
That's
needs to read
important.
the 4 agreements.
Listen.
I don't know. That little nigga almost looked mythical.
No, that guy. You
Look
defend your
magical,
own
boy.
client, you call him mythical? My God.
You don't hit him,
Technically,
yo.
he's like 2 inches
Now-
bigger than a little person.
Well, no, he
A little
said
person's
in
4'9".
in one of the videos I saw, he said that
Oh, 14.
after the clerk asked him, like, yo, how tall are you? He said, I'm 4'11". Now, what country are you from? He said he normally tells people that he's 5 foot just because he's even embarrassed to say
You know how short 4'11"? My cousin's 4'11".
I know. I measured it. I measured it because once he said it, I said, all right. So I went and got a rule and I measured it. And I said, oh shit.
4'11" short.
It's like a fifth grader, bro.
Like
Would you run up and tackle a fifth grader?
My niece, it depends. I've seen some big fifth graders.
I don't know. There's some dangerous little people out there. There's
you
some
gotta watch the
dangerous
littles,
ones.
the
I'm just
littles.
telling you. But like I said, for me, I think that it's important for us to like recognize that he's probably going through some hardships.
Yeah.
And we can say that he shouldn't have been tackled because that is more demeaning. He should have been like, kick him out the store. That's it.
Yeah.
But like I said, he's not from what we've seen.
Yeah, from what we've seen.
But in general, right? I get it. Everyone gets a breaking point. But you are also responsible for your own actions.
Absolutely.
And you are responsible for how you react to how other people are to you.
Absolutely.
At some point, you either have to get help or figure out why do you feel this way inside.
Yeah.
Well, we know why he feels that way.
Yeah.
But it's not. But no.
It's layered.
There's layers to it.
It's
There's,
layered.
But yeah, right. So I'm saying that it might not just be his height. We don't know his background. We don't know his family.
Yep.
We don't know his support system.
You know
We
what's
don't
funny?
know-
Well, no.
anything.
We do know
Well, some
a bit.
stuff.
We know a bit. We know that he has money. He's often said, "I have money."
He
People
said
take.
he's sleeping in his van.
Well, no. Listen, what I'm saying.
Oh,
What I'm saying
man.
is he had money. He had a business. I watched videos on him because, like, for you, I was fascinated. After I saw that first video and I laughed, and then I really looked at it because I looked at it a bunch of times. I said, "There's something deep there." So I started researching. In the midst of researching, all I saw was him saying, I had multiple businesses. I was extremely successful. Women took money from me. People are still taking money from me. I'm now sleeping in a car, but I just got a new job, and something happened. Like, he was all over the place. But I don't think that he's dumb, and I don't think that he's unsuccessful. I just think that he's unhappy in his own personal
Yeah,
life.
just a little
internally.
heartbroken, huh?
Did
He
you
did
guys
say that. He said.
Yeah.
He said. He
There's
said.
no
He's,
thought.
yeah, he did. He said the
Yeah.
girl that he was in love with took money from him, and
So
he
it's
ain't
a
been
lot
the right.
deeper than it's a lot
Yeah.
deeper. I
First
feel
of all,
like, yeah.
It was
You're
crazy.
4'11". You know she's not with you because of your stature, bro.
But that's why he.
Hold on.
That's why
He
he
might
says
be
he
packing,
has money,
bro.
though. But that's why he says he has money because that's that clutch. Like, okay,
Yeah.
but girl, like, I'm short, but I got money. Like, you don't have to voice that.
And that's my
Yeah.
only thing. Like,
They're short women, too.
I saw a clip and I posted a picture and I don't even know if it's real, but they broke down his outfit. He had on Balenciaga's quote unquote. I know it may not be real,
is
but
that real?
I don't know if it's real or not. I couldn't
Yeah.
find whether it was legitimized a lot or
Let me see
not.
the label on that, bro.
Yeah, I don't know. I couldn't figure out whether it was legitimized or not. But let's say it is legitimized, right? It matches
Is that
the
a
way
word?
legitimized.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Legitimate.
Legitimized.
Hey, what's going on?
Legitimized.
You stopped us for you.
Yeah,
Oh my
you-
gosh,
you-
man.
done
Keep
tried
going,
Website?
keep going.
Yeah.
This
He's
guy,
just trying to deter me
whatever.
from my point. My point is that going down his list of attire, let's say that is his attire, right? He's overcompensating.
Duh.
The entire time he was talking about money and how he's got money and the women that he's talking to, they're
But it also
bitches
could
and they're
be
broke.
from Canal Street to pull the girls.
Well, yeah.
Gotcha.
I mean,
But also he has to look at himself and be like, if I prioritize money and extravagant lifestyle, you're gonna pull in a certain kind of woman
I agree.
that
Of course.
may not be for you. So
but
he
it's
has
gonna be that good-looking woman that makes him look taller than he is.
Yes, but then
So
that's
he doesn't want. He doesn't want a basic
So
girl.
then he's valuing something that is not good for him. At the end of the day, if you're going to be focusing on a woman for her looks and her height, then you don't get upset if you're going to get a woman who has all that, but is like a shitty on the inside.
yeah.
You have to reprioritize what you really want and what you value. And if that's what he values, he's going to probably get a lot of shitty people.
I agree. I think so too.
I don't think he gave a damn. He been short
Yeah, I
all
think
his
he
life.
just wants a girl.
He just
Like,
wants
I
the
just
girl.
think he wants a girl.
I think he wants a girl.
Yeah, I think that it would be great to get a bad chick. It would be awesome if I have this money and I get a bad girl. But if he has a girl pay attention to him, I think that he will still lock it down.
I think so too.
The one thing I can say as a woman is confidence is very attractive.
That's the one thing that every woman said to me.
So attractive.
Every woman
And
that
how
I've
many
spoken
of those
to.
every women would date this 5-foot man? Is my question.
I spoke to 6
Zero.
of them.
Zero.
Out of 6 of them, 2 of them said that they would. But
How
the
tall are
reason, They're I want to say like 5'5", 5'6".
Show me them, and I can show you 2
fine.
liars.
No. I'm telling you, they said that they would. They said the reason that they wouldn't date him is because of his attitude.
Yeah, that's a cop out.
But if you
They're not
just
dating that man.
introduced them and she looked at him, she would be like, "Nah, I'm good." Nah.
Wait, but why are we acting like there's not women who are near his height, though?
That's what I'm saying.
There are women who are short.
But they still don't want him.
Yeah.
But I don't think
All
it's because
short girls
I think
mostly
it's more
want
so
They want
him
taller
and
dudes.
him and
It's
his
him.
insecurities.
It's as bad as.
No, I've seen short men in New York with short women, especially if you're gonna go up to Harlem or you go to Queens, especially the Latin community.
5 foot.
Yeah, I've seen some really short men, and it's prevalent in the Latin
I'll say his
community.
name. Fuck it. It's a friend of mine by the name of Lil Kid, and he's little. We call him Lil Kid because he's little. Like he's tiny. I think
And
he's
he got
tiny.
hands, right?
Huh?
He's swaggy.
He is swaggy.
And he got hands, right?
And he does have hands. But
Is he a drug dealer?
That's never. No, he's not a drug dealer. But nevertheless,
You call somebody little kid.
He walks with a certain type of like. Yeah, you not about to. I can get anybody. That for me speaks volumes versus wallowing in your sorrows.
Is he 4'11"?
Huh?
Is he 4'11"?
I think he may be 4'11" or a little bit smaller. I'll show you a picture.
Does he get girls? He's been getting girls?
He does. He's got a kid. He's got a girl now,
Okay.
but I've seen him. But that's my thing. Like, it's about a mindset. Like, just because it's almost like equivalent to the poor person, or like, let's say like a Hove or someone. I know that's a big gap, and I know this is going different, but Hove could have been trapped into or fell victim to his circumstances being in Marcy Projects, being a drug dealer, right? Rather than having that same mentality, he switches his mentality and the way he thinks and trains his brain to become an entrepreneur and then become an artist and then turns that into a
But
billion-dollar
I'm sure he
deal.
still got girls while he
Yeah.
was.
I'm sure he did, but my point is, everyone for how many decades was calling Hove ugly, and he walked around like he was Hove.
But I'm sure he still got pussy. Period.
He's
Even if
tall.
was
He's like
ugly.
But
6'1".
who can't get pussy? Who can't get dick? You get what I'm
The
saying? Like,
45-year-old bagel.
That man.
The 45-year-old bagel.
I don't even know that.
Chris
because-
Morgan.
I don't know that because escorts would sleep with him.
Oh, come on, man. They have no
And sleep
choice.
with everybody.
I'm just saying what I'm
That's
saying
your
is.
defense?
That's
That's your
What
defense?
that's
Escorts
not
is
my
not a good
defense. What I'm saying is you
Jeez.
can't bring the argument of he was still getting pussy. What I'm saying is you can get pussy, you can get dick anywhere. That's on my point. I'm not saying that I'm leaning on that. I'm saying that comes and goes with anyone. Any one of you can walk outside and slip into some pussy and some dick. It's gonna happen. It happens.
Slip on ice. Oh, I landed on it.
What's not attractive to you may be attractive to someone else, and what you may not be into, someone else may be into, and because of that, it can happen.
Well, let me tell you this. In that video, I heard a lot of bodies dropping, a lot of yelling, heard a lot of laughter. I didn't hear not one apology.
I definitely heard the laughter, and I felt bad about.
Did
the
you hear an
laughter.
apology?
No.
They didn't even give that man an empty sorry.
But at what
Does he
point?
frequent this place? Was this the first time he's been to this bagel place?
I don't know.
Is
I
this a
couldn't
reoccurring
find that.
offense?
The only thing I
He's
saw,
definitely been there because he
Bagel
went
owner
back for
doesn't
that
want him
bagel.
back, though.
Yeah, I don't know. The only
The
thing
owner
I
doesn't want him back, though,
Yeah, the
he
owner,
said.
doesn't want him back. The only place that I know that he frequented
Is it 7-Eleven?
randomly is the 7-Eleven where he got into the incident, and then there's one other place
At the bar.
correct.
Chris, calm down, Chris.
Those are the only Those are the only places where I know that he frequents. I don't know about the bagel place; they never specified. But if I'm gonna take an educated guess, I would think that he would go there. People go to their preferred places. I don't think he just
Man.
saw something and said, "Hey, let me stop
He's
here."
4'11", 45, hasn't hit the gym.
Yeah. I read today though that girls are taking the bait. Like they've seen him on the news, so they're like hitting him up. to have
That's
bagels.
Nice.
Well, that's what I said. In the grand scheme of things, I think he's now figured out that he's hot. Like what you mean?
Hot.
Nah, he's got it now.
Come on, he's a hot commodity.
He's got the juice right now.
Yeah, come on.
He's got the
Hot is
juice.
subjective.
Come on.
He's already scored off this.
He has.
Well, definitely.
Absolutely.
He has.
Yeah.
Yo, I said
No, I'm talking about he's got some buns.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Absolutely.
And even on top of that, I was saying this to somebody. I could see him being like the next Danny DeVito or somebody like
Nah,
that.
don't disrespect Danny
Danny
DeVito.
DeVito. What do you mean?
But
I'm saying Danny DeVito is what I'm
Who?
saying.
Danny Velveeta?
I'm dead.
Y'all stupid. I'm off this
man.
shit. I wish him well. I
Yeah.
want him.
The hell with him. I don't wish
work
him
on
I
yourselves,
do wish him
people.
well. No, I'm-
He
Work
doesn't need your well wishes.
All right. Well, he
Work
doesn't need
on
your well
yourself.
wishes. You called him a myth, aren't you? Like supposed to be.
Hit the gym.
That was a
I'm
compliment.
curious
Mr.
to
Frodo.
hear about this from. I'm curious to hear from Lyric when it comes to this because she's on that spiritual
yeah,
shit.
but you know, Lyric is gonna break him down emotionally, and then like.
that's the best part.
Yeah.
Like I
well,
said, I feel like his problems are more than just I'm short.
I agree.
Definitely.
I agree.
Because
too. I agree.
that was too wild for it to just be I'm just short.
And again, it's
More than girls. It's more than
It's some deep shit,
and
he needs to see
even
some
on
help
top
for
of it, again, it ain't the first time this happened. If this was the first time it happened, I'm rolling with you. I'm saying, all right, this is a mental breakdown. He's had enough, and if I'm him, I would understand, and I would be on the side and be like, all right, I've had enough. Like every establishment you go into,
But after he got tackled, I bet you he's not gonna act like that again. Like,
Would it be far-fetched?
He's not gonna act like that again.
I bet you he won't
It's not
either.
happening.
I bet you
I
he
bet
won't
you he
either.
will.
Would it
I
be
bet you he will.
far-fetched?
Not with a man.
I bet you. 100%.
Nah.
Have you been out to Long Island?
I'm not rolling.
Have you? Do you know? I went to college out there. Do you know how they get down out there?
I do.
Would it be far-fetched to
Yeah,
say
I-
that he maybe staged this? If he's done it multiple times, is it far-fetched to say staged it?
No. I thought about that too because at first I thought the video was fake. I was waiting for it to me
Long
to.
Island. No, I thought that was real.
No, but I was looking at it like, all right, this got to be staged. Like,
You're 5 feet. Kill yourself.
You couldn't even take his anger seriously, huh? I wonder why.
so angry.
Mr. Frodo.
I'm just saying, this is what that man was talking about.
Listen, I just for the viewers and for the co-hosts, I just want to preference by saying, I'm only just playing devil's advocate. I understand, but I'm not. But I'm not going to negate. I'm not going to negate how he spoke to people, how he spoke to women, how he disrespected the customer. Like, I'm not doing that. That for me, it's 50-50.
There has to be some
smirked.
accountability.
That lady smirked at
There
him.
has to be some
It's gotta be.
accountability.
That lady smirked and bit her lip.
Yeah. All right. Well, on to more pressing issues now.
Let's talk about it.
Good. I liked that.
Yeah, that was good. Thanks, Jordan. Thank you. Jordan on the show just judging us and shit. Like, you guys are having a great conversation. Like,
I definitely started going, I don't know. I think it's maybe once.
Yeah,
I know it was what you
I think
said.
It was probably me.
I was
probably.
like, oh, she gonna come for you.
Yeah, more than likely. Well, I'm curious to see what happens with this next topic. So, JD, not JD from Def Jam, JD from So Def is in the news. Recently, he went on a tour. Ironically, it's just so funny, but nevertheless, he went on a tour on a. I don't know what he's doing, to be honest. I don't know if he's promoting a book or whatever, but he's been making some pretty intense comments, I'll say, about women as well as women artists, specifically mentioning things around artists being the same, and also in the same vein of saying it's stripper, air quotes for those that are listening, stripper music, in that he wants to hear something different. Of course, social media and everyone else went into a frenzy as they thought about Cardi B's story and her upbringing, and then a bunch of other artists. Cardi B then took to her platform to then obviously refute those statements, but also went on to name a number of artists like Rhapsody and who else? She named a bunch of people. Remy. She named a bunch of people that she said don't rap about, air quotes, stripper music, but actually have substance.
I think she said they don't rap about the ussy.
Yeah, the ussy. Yeah. I just didn't.
ussy.
I'm trying. I already cursed enough at potty mouth. So
See, you said it.
Pussy's
Take
not a
the P out.
curse.
Pussy.
That's good.
pussy's not a
That's
curse.
cute.
Say
I just hate that word, so I like how you took the
Say
pussy.
vagina.
That was cute.
Vagina. I feel.
Yeah, I like vagina.
Say her name.
Say her name. I always feel immature saying vagina. I don't know why.
That's what it's called.
I know. Well, I mean, in this day and age, it's called a box too. So.
It's called the vagina.
No,
I'm just-
Call her by her name.
Listen, I'm trying to just catch up with the times. I just learned what drip was.
Genitals is good. Genitals is
Late
good.
flowers.
I think genitals.
I'm really
is funny.
happy. I got a takeaway for today's genitals. I'm really happy.
Wait, you said you got a takeaway for today's
Yeah, like
genitals.
I have that was my gem for today. I haven't used that
Oh,
word.
genitals.
Yeah.
Ah,
So
okay.
good.
Okay.
Private parts.
Private parts.
Yeah,
All right.
genitals.
All right.
I'm gonna make a
Late
song.
flower.
So what's happening, right? Where do we stand with JD? What do y'all think about his comments first and foremost? And then talk to me about his statements, because I guess for me, I don't think it, and I don't know JD. I don't know what his brain is thinking, but if I'm a betting man, I don't think that he meant it the way it was delivered or interpreted. I think he was more so saying that you can't differentiate artists right now because they all sound the same. I just think he used a bad example of saying it's stripper music, but that's just me. I don't know. So what do y'all think?
Honestly, I think that artists are more diverse than we've ever seen, to be honest. Like, you can go from someone like No Name to then, if you want a little bit of Cardi B, to then a little bit of Rhapsody. And then if you want to go in the South, you got Megan Thee Stallion. If you want to go over to the West Coast, you got Kamaya.
Yeah.
There's so much different sounds and vibes and stuff like that. So I think that to interpret and say that all women, like all the women rappers, only rap about stripping, I think that's kind of a lazy comment.
Yeah.
And then also it's a double standard because dudes be rapping about the same shit over and over. Bitches and hoes and cars and this and that. And it's just like,
Well, that's what I thought was interesting.
I don't listen to that bullshit.
Drip.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I thought it was interesting that no one has said anything about like the phase of the littles. Like, sure, we've touched on it, but
Yeah.
like there was a phase where every artist looked the same, sounded the same, had the same decor. They all had tattoos. They all had dreads, tattoos on their face, made the same bop, had the same wave, laid records the same, even somewhat performed the same, even looked visually the same.
Yeah.
So I understand. I understand what he's saying. You said that's bullshit.
Yeah, I hate that shit. I hated those little motherfuckers.
Well, no, I don't hate it. I think generationally speaking, when you think about music, there's always a phase in music, whatever that phase is.
Yeah.
So
They were rapping about
was
shit.
Yeah, but still, it's but even if they're rapping about shit, they still have or provide some sort of substance to the culture. Like you think about like down south. You remember when that wave of down south music came in? And everybody was in the frenzy, like, oh my God, down south's taking over. It's lollipop music, and it's changing the wave. And now to see where it is now, and to see what those records did, and everything, I think every artist or genre or even new genre has its place in cultivating hip hop.
But the thing with that too is Cardi B was a stripper. So if she wants to talk about her experience being a stripper, that should be fine.
Facts.
When you have people like Jay-Z who's talking about selling bricks, and you have other rappers that sold bricks and talk about selling bricks. They're talking about their own personal experience and story. And we can't sit here and say that other certain women cannot like they can relate to that.
Yeah.
The same way that there's some dudes that can relate to selling bricks and moving bricks.
And some rap about it and haven't even done it.
Yeah, exactly.
So
And there's so
okay?
many dope women out there. I think that now, yes, is mainstream pushing an agenda?
Yeah.
Yes, mainstream is. Let's keep it a buck. Sex sells. That's gonna always be pushed
Always.
in music, in entertainment industry, in every aspect. Maybe not in doctors in certain aspects like that, but in terms of entertainment industry and sports industry, it is. I mean, look at the fact that like. People weren't really focused on people like Megan Rapinoe until she started speaking
Until
up.
she
Why?
speak up,
Because
yeah.
she's gay,
Yeah.
and she has short hair, and she didn't fit the status quo. Until she started speaking up, now and her game fit her speaking up. Now people are paying attention to her. She's been on the team for a while now,
Yeah.
and now they're all of a sudden paying attention. They're not saying, oh, the Alex Morgan or like this and that, and that's just how it is. But I also think it's super lazy for people to say, oh, this is how it is all the time. No, it's just there are certain people that are pushed and supported a lot more, whether it's for themselves
Yeah.
or for an agenda, because I just named several different women who have different flows and different sounds. And right now with the internet, like people don't even Google shit.
Yeah. So
Like,
what stuck out to me is the shit with Cardi B when she said she pretty much said like, yo, I tried to cater to my audience, and even the music that I make right now, I'm catering to my audience. When I tried to divert outside of that, I got killed. Y'all killed me for Be Careful With Me. Y'all killed me for a bunch of other records that I tried to not talk about stripper life and to not talk about these normal things, vaginas, and it didn't work. And y'all killed me for it. So why am I going to go back to that when I'm not winning, when I'm winning doing this?
I like that Be Careful record, by the way.
Well, number one, I like that record. I don't know what she's. I don't know what she's talking about. Shout out to you for that. That's number one. Number two, though, what a challenging place to be in for artists.
They just need
Like
to
I
come
just thought about, like you can't even go into the studio and do what you love and make what you love because you're being dictated by the masses and public perception. It's just interesting.
I just think it's whack that in rap, like males and females get separated. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
With like R&B, you don't say, oh, female R&B or male R&B. It's just fucking R&B.
Well,
With
that-
rap, it should be the same too.
Well,
Like,
her point even with that statement was she said, "Yo, y'all say all of this, but y'all don't support the Remys of the world, the Rhapsodies of the world. Y'all aren't supporting people that actually get busy."
yeah, Rhapsody can out-rap some of these dudes.
Man, listen.
Son, her last project, that shit was fire.
I would put Rhapsody up against a bunch of people, men,
Yes.
that are lyricists. I think she'd be all right. I think she'd be all right.
They need to come out with that 24 Hours to Live. Just
Yeah, you've been saying that for how many episodes now?
I'm telling you
Yeah, he
because
started out with Lady.
yo, he is pushing that
Yeah,
shit.
he's
You know
like,
what?
This narrative, man. like-
because it would be dope.
You know, there's other like collaborative records that are like bigger and better than Ladies Night. I need you to.
I said 24 hours a little.
No, you said Ladies Night before too.
Nah, he said 24.
No, he did say Lady
He
Night
said
first.
Ladies Night before. Yeah, he
Yeah,
said-
he did.
Yeah, the sexy one, and then you get the hardcore one. What is that? I think the women need to work together in the rap industry.
As a woman who's in the entertainment industry, what are your thoughts on that? And then also, what are some of the challenges that you have to overcome? Because I know, like, we know that there are double standards,
Yeah.
not only in the music, but also even in the media side of stuff.
Yeah.
So, what has been your experience personally?
I think that right now, that women in media are in a really good space. I think it's taken us a long time to get here, but I think that we are now in a position of reach one, teach one. Like, we are ready to, like, bring those behind us up. I don't think it's always been like that. And I think that women are starting to realize what networking across the board feels like, what teaching someone below us feels like to bring them up. I don't think that was a thing before. I think for Black women in particular, in the media, we are in a desirable sweet spot. I pray every day that it's not a fad, but everybody is checking for Black women, checking for Black content, checking for Black artists. So I think that it hasn't always been like that. So I think that now we're in a space where it's less competition. I think the competition is still there, but I think that people have now seen that there's room for everybody, that there's opportunity for everybody. And I'm realizing a lot more, and I've gotten into the position now to just ask. I think that it wasn't always like that. It was, I'm gonna go in and steal your job.
Yeah.
But it was like, no, I'm gonna go in and get this job, and I'm gonna create a job for you so you can come up with me. I think it's a lot different now.
Yeah, but even when you is it? That's the nature of the business, though. I think that's business in general. It's
Like
just
what? What are you saying specifically? Like what part?
competition, competitive nature. Like when you're in anything, and especially if you're passionate about it, naturally you're going to be competitive. Like that's what hip hop is built on. It's the forefront of it. It's walking and just battling people, and then just leaving, or and then y'all brag about it, and then y'all go on wax or you do records or whatever it is. At some point, it's about the clout. It's about being that number one person. To Wilson's point, I just wonder when it goes from man, woman to just artists. Like, do y'all foresee that happening, or do you think it's something like that would ever happen?
It should. That shit is weird.
It
Yeah.
should, but it won't.
Yeah.
You gotta do a
It
song.
should, but it won't.
Well,
Do a song. Make it J. Cole, Rhapsody, J-Rock, Young M.A., Cardi B, all on one song, like Reservoir Dogs or something like that.
humor me though. Do you think that men are scared to jump on tracks with women like a Rhapsody or like a Meg Thee Stallion or any of these new artists because they're scared they're going to be cleaned up?
No, I don't. J. Cole, J-Rock.
No, I don't.
Not
I
even-
don't think that.
I think the top guys are not scared because they know it's a competition. It's who's better than who.
Yeah.
I was doing my research before this show because I'm not as young as I thought I was. So just in researching this whole Jermaine Dupri situation, I saw that back to my rant that Cardi B had did a short video like listing some female rappers that she admires and that aren't crazy mainstream, but was like, yeah, put them in magazines, listen to them, stream their music, da-da-da-da. Like, we need more of that. Like,
Yeah.
we need more of these number ones shouting out these people that need to be recognized.
Oh, so you think it should travel down?
I just think there's room for everybody. And it's sorry to come from such a kumbaya, harmony, Hakuna Matata type life. But I feel as though if it's put on your heart, if it's something that has been instilled in you, if it's made for you, you're gonna do it. He's gonna make a way for you. So I feel like if that's the vision that was placed on your life, then you're gonna get there no matter what.
All right. So yes and no. My only thing is, even with, is there really enough space for people? Like in this industry, like really think about it. Like it just
depends on what you crave. If you crave Cardi B status, there's not going to be 500 Cardi Bs. But there's people that are content with this not so famous status, but people hearing my tracks, hearing my music, and me eating, me getting money. Like I don't have to be in that fame where I can't walk out my house and I'm getting this and that and that. Like, there are people that are content with people just hearing their music and being able to put food on the table and making money.
It's enough money out there for everybody.
I think that there's enough money out there for everyone. I just don't know if there's enough.
Fame?
Yeah.
Fame's a hell of a drug. Not everyone wants to be famous.
It's true, but for the people that we talk about, like, they all want to be famous. Like, these are people that are aspiring artists or acts that are trying to ascend to another level.
So then I think it depends on what success looks like to you.
Well, yeah.
What is success
It's
to you?
relative at that point.
I
What
think
is
it's a subjective answer.
Yeah,
like,
it
what is success to you?
Not everyone's going to be the CEO.
Yeah.
Some people are going to be the workers.
Yeah.
Some people are going to be part of
Right.
management, but they all want to be under this one umbrella. And I think also another thing too, like, this is something that I've noticed, and it's really weird and kind of unfortunate, but as well as having the women be the ones that step up and support, it's also going to require some men. Unfortunately,
100%.
we're still in this part.
All right, Jordan,
Unfortunately,
settle down.
she's like, yes, praise the Lord.
Yeah,
But like,
snap.
and that's not
You have to
just
fight for us too.
Okay,
yeah,
I'm
and it's not
fighting.
just in the music industry too. Like, unfortunately, like, sometimes it takes a man's cosign for people to
Yeah.
take you
takes a tribe.
seriously.
Yeah.
Like, for me, one person's cosign who got people to take me more seriously was Rob Markman.
Yeah.
When he gave me, like, no,
Oh,
she's
Rob.
legit.
Shout out to Rob.
No,
Hello,
but
Rob.
seriously, I've told him this before. I was like, yo, like, the second you gave me a cosign, people started respecting me. It's sad that it took for a guy to cosign me. Granted, I love Rob. This is not me saying anything bad against him. It's just I'm annoyed that in society it takes a man to co-sign another woman
Yeah.
in order for people to take that person seriously.
I agree. I agree.
But this is the cards that were dealt. So there has to be more men rappers who have to stand up and say,
That's great.
you know what? Cardi B is right. We
Yeah.
need to do better. I was happy that Black, he stood up and said something.
Yeah.
And he put a tweet out saying basically like, JD, like, you're wrong. Like, there are so many dope women, et cetera. We got to support. I also do not like the cipher concept. I felt like that response felt more like a branding opportunity for
Yeah.
him and less for really supporting the women. I didn't like that he
Well,
reacted to the backlash with that so def cipher.
That's what I was gonna get into.
I wasn't really big on that.
I'm looking at the press run. It looks nasty.
Doesn't look good.
It almost looks like he said these comments, and he keeps saying these comments on different platforms just for shock value, just for a push. It's almost equivalent to, like, we talked about with, like, diss records. Yo, I'm trying to put a record out. I'm trying to get hot. I got to diss somebody. I got to start something. I think that this is the same thing. Do you give him a pass, though? Because JD? Like, and the only reason I say that is because we can't forget what JD's contributed to music. Now,
Well,
again,
I think that's why he doesn't get a pass.
Life in 1472.
that's disrespectful. That was a good album. Don't do that.
It was all right.
Don't do that.
It was all
It's
right.
just- well, I think like what she said. Like, should we give him a pass? Because it is JD.
Right.
Like, this is Jermaine Dupri, who's been very influential within this space.
Day one.
Well, no, actually, a fan asked me that, and I'm posing the question to you guys. I haven't decided yet whether he gets a pass, only just because it is JD, and JD is one of the people that is great with remixing records or recreating records. So in essence, you kind of do the same thing.
As a
I'll give him a
pass,
pass.
as opposed to
Letting it go.
like the cancel culture.
I don't think he should be canceled
That's what I'm saying. Like, as a,
because again, we don't know.
But I think he then provides reconciliation. Like,
Yeah.
I don't think if you say pass, I think that there needs to be education. There needs to be clarity on his part. There needs to be. I don't even think it's an apology. I think that it looks like something.
I mean,
it feels like something.
you gotta remember, he put out The Brat. And if you look at, like, all the top female rappers right now, the ones that are on top, mainstream, they're all twerking. He does have a point.
you know, the brats up there.
He has a point.
The Brat look alright dressed up too.
Ah, she's thick.
I know that's
Yeah,
right.
on the low.
I know.
It's just-
I'm just saying.
She's low-key thick.
I'm just saying on the low, but I digress. I agree, and that's what I thought his point was. I thought his point was him just saying, like, there's no one standout. Even though, again, I could make a case that there are some standouts. I just think his execution was bad. At least I would like to think so. None of us know.
Maybe he's referring to like what's on the radio when he turns on a car and he turns on the radio. It's either Cardi B or City Girls. It's either
No, I say someone of that
Guys,
level
I'm
being
sorry.
in the mix.
At this point, there's no excuse. You have
Yeah.
different playlists on Spotify that show different
Yeah.
kind of women, different kind of men. Like I could understand if this a little bit back where we didn't have streaming, I can understand that.
That's his
but now
craft.
you
That's
literally
his
have
craft.
aggregated
Yeah.
artists. They literally have fresh finds on Spotify. Like I just think at this point, like that's an excuse.
Yeah.
And I think that did what he say was it like from a malicious standpoint? I don't think so. But I also think it's kind of lazy to generalize all women rappers when you haven't even taken the time to listen to various women rappers.
Yeah.
Now, if he was saying the top echelon, then that would have been a different discussion of saying like how mainstream is constantly trying to push this sex sell concept. I can understand that. But to say that all women rappers out here are just talking about stripping, that's lazy.
OD.
That's
Yeah.
OD lazy.
I love that she says
That's the
lazy.
same way that
It's
the same
true.
way that I could argue all these dudes out here, these littles are all talking about making money, taking drugs,
Titties
fucking
and-
bitches.
yep.
They're doing all the same stuff.
Yeah.
And even some of the top, I love Jay-Z, but at some point he was talking about moving bricks the same way that some of the other top men rappers were talking about moving bricks. So let's keep it a buck.
Say he wasn't.
He was.
Say he wasn't.
He was.
Say he wasn't. I dare you.
A lot of top men rappers
came
were
up in the
all talking
crack
about
era.
moving
He
bricks
came
at
up-
one
yeah, he
point.
came up in the
So we
80s.
can't.
That's all you talked about.
It's a double
I
standard.
mean, moving drugs
It's
takes a
definitely
little bit of
double standard.
integrity, though.
yeah.
Shaking your ass, that's not really. If we're gonna compare, drug talk to
That's
drug
Wilson.
talk.
That's a 100% a real statement.
Yeah, that's 100% a real statement.
Business.
Hold on, say that again.
Yeah, I mean,
Lord,
I literally have to
Just
rephrase
say
that.
it again.
Rephrase
Just say it again. Just say it again. Say it again.
No, I'm saying you said that there was a lot of rappers talking about drugs, right?
Okay.
Selling drugs.
Yeah.
Today, what was Jermaine JD saying? There's
He
a
was
lot of
sa-
women
he-
talking about twerking and stripping music, right?
Yeah.
All I'm saying is selling drugs takes a little bit of integrity. It takes a business mind. There's a lot of avenues with
It takes
that.
you to ruin the black communities in the city and ruin your own people and stripping. You're
fuck
just
are you
doing
talking-
it.
hold on,
yourself.
hold on.
What are you talking about?
Time out. I
integrity?
didn't say it didn't do any of that.
You just said
But it's,
Yo, you
what
said integrity.
What
Hold
integrity?
on. All right, so I want to give you a
Because the
chance.
only-
Hold on.
Oh,
Just
my
wait.
Lord.
Yeah, you flying solo on this one.
Hold on.
I'm not. Listen, I'm not throwing a life preserver or nothing.
I'm talking about, yeah.
Just one second. Are you married to integrity? That word, because that's
Rap
the only thing.
integrity, yes.
So you're saying drug dealers have more integrity than strippers?
If you're rapping about shaking your ass, right?
And you got two other women who looking at you crazy.
I
Too.
understand.
Just saying, we all looking at you like you're
Look
crazy.
at them.
That's fine. All I'm saying is,
I need you to be very clear.
Yeah. I need to
Concise.
understand where
integrity
you're going.
may not be the best word.
Yeah, I
I'm
don't
just
know if
keeping
you
it
want to
above.
say integrity.
Change your word.
Yeah, and that's only because I'm trying to save you.
Because I understand
integrity
kind
is a
of the
really.
thought behind it, but I just really want to know.
Yeah, integrity is
I
not
don't
the
even
word.
understand the thought behind it.
there's more dimensions to drug dealing than there is twerking.
Have you
How-
you stripped?
No.
Okay.
No,
But
are you corny?
but
Okay.
I don't think it's hard.
You don't.
You don't think it's hard?
Okay. I will
Don't
set
look at
you
me.
up. I know some people. I can set you up and you can try to see how hard it is.
Hold on, time out. Unless you're doing all the pole shit. You're an athlete at that point.
Hold on, all right, so hold on.
But if you're just talking about just twerking,
Wait.
So you don't think these women go in here with the business mind to try to scam these
Get 'em.
dudes from them?
Yeah, like I know strippers.
kidding me right
That's
now?
what I'm
Get 'em.
saying. I know educated
Are you
strippers
kidding
that
me right now?
that work with
That
integrity.
then wake up
move
the
with
next
business.
day and go
Yeah.
pursue a business degree. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Use that Webster's app and look up integrity.
Yeah,
I'm gonna be honest, I got lost in the weeds.
I don't know that integrity is the best word. I would say different ethics, maybe. I don't know that integrity. Integrity is a very, very particular word that says one is less or greater than the other. So that's why I said, are you married to integrity?
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah, my man, you are dying on that
yeah,
sword.
you know what? I'm going to pose this question to the fans' viewership because I honestly...
Please do.
Tell me what
Tell
you...
him, Joe.
tell-
Get at him.
Get at him. No, get at him.
Motherfuck Wilson. Get at him.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess to the fans.
Google the word integrity.
Yeah, hold on. Yeah. Let's do that.
All
Let's get the Webster
definition.
Dictionary word.
So
meaning
what
of-
Aaron said is,
No, what you said. nigga.
what'd you say about Hov?
What
hold on.
Aaron said. It's
All
what
right.
you said.
What'd you say about Hov
I
rapping
want
about
you.
drugs?
I want you to tell me what
Integrity.
Okay, so from what it
Okay,
sounded
hold on.
like.
Integrity.
Integrity. Okay.
INTEGRITY. It's a noun.
You're a good speller.
Mm-hmm.
The quality of being honest and having strong moral principles.
Mm-hmm.
Moral uprightness.
Oh, you're standing on me. You're standing
Don't look at me, man. Explain it to them.
If you're selling drugs,
Right?
right?
And you think there's moral intent?
Moral uprightness in this.
Go ahead. I want to finish your statement.
Honesty.
I don't want to cut you off. I don't want to cut
Go.
you off.
I think you said rap.
Go.
Rap.
No.
I said rap
You
integrity.
said rap integrity, right?
Yeah.
All right, so
Rap integrity.
So what are you talking about?
You said rap integrity. You said,
Yes, as far as rapping.
So as far as rap,
If somebody's rapping about selling drugs,
okay.
as far as rap goes, there's more integrity in that than rapping about twerking.
Twerking or stripping? Because I can
You said
twerk
you
in my
said
house.
Yeah, you said stripping. What are you talking about?
Yeah, you said stripping.
I could twerk with
It's kinda
my
the same
mother.
shit.
I'm
No,
talking
it's
about
not the
stripping.
same.
To a certain degree.
It's not entirely the same stuff.
To a certain degree.
I've twerked, but I've never stripped.
I'm
Those
sorry,
are
man.
two different things.
Yeah.
Not this one.
I thought twerking was a part of stripping.
Part of, not is.
Twerking can be part of dancing. It can derive from actually African dancing.
Drug
so it's
dealing
not
is drug dealing.
entirely.
What is it also part of? Drug dealing is just drug dealing. So what is it also?
It's a business.
It is.
So is stripping.
So it's stripping.
True.
Stripping is a 100% of it.
I
It's a
tried.
business.
Okay.
I know a stripper who went from stripping in the clubs to now she makes six figures
Fred.
teaching other women how to dance on the poles, and she gets flown out to every major city for every
Yeah.
major event.
Okay.
I think you're talking about rapping, though.
Yeah.
So what? But
I
No.
don't.
Like,
I didn't.
but this-
constructing
but this is my
bars.
thing.
No. He said stripping.
Yeah, he said
So
rap.
I'm,
He
I'm
said
only going off of stripping.
he said
there's-
rapping. He said rapping about drugs has more integrity than rapping about stripping.
And what I'm saying is that then went into a wormhole where he said to Jourdan he doesn't think it's difficult to go into a stripping establishment and strip.
Is that what you said?
He said that.
yeah, he did say.
He
that.
said that.
I've seen a lot of bad strippers.
That's fine. And
there are a lot of bad drug dealers too.
Yeah. My only thing is,
Yeah, you lost me, bro.
I'm lost
only
as well.
speaking from a place of me knowing strippers, me knowing bartenders, and me just knowing people and knowing what their struggles are with, having to go and let some random dude touch you.
So you're saying the
like
rap,
having
the
to
rap
be
game
naked,
of,
having to
of,
go
of talking
and
about selling drugs is more integral than the rap game talking about stripping.
What-
You're saying that there's more quality in being honest in talking about drugs than there is more quality in being honest in talking about stripping.
Well,
I think it's the same thing. The vulnerability of putting your body out there, that takes integrity to talk about doing that.
Yeah.
There are women that leave where they live to go strip in another place so that people don't see who they are.
Yeah.
That's their integrity.
Yeah. For the record, I love strippers. But how we got down here?
You triggered. He does that. He
was
does
basically
that.
hold on.
Hold on, time out.
He has a knack for triggering people.
Hold on. From what it sounded like E said there was nothing really special about Hov talking about drugs because a bunch of other rappers do it.
No. I said that there are double standards. You can't sit here and then be like, all women rappers talk about stripping, and you don't acknowledge the fact that a lot of the top male rappers were talking about moving dope.
Yeah.
And they were all talking about the
Drugs.
same thing about moving dope. This is my thing. Like, if you're going to address one side, I'll address the other. Don't just say all women. It's kind of lazy you're saying all women rappers now just talk about stripping.
Because
if he was like, I don't like how a lot of the top women are talking about sex and all that stuff, that's one thing.
not mad
But
at
when
that
you
if he
say
says that.
all,
Yeah.
you're talking about No Name. You're talking about some Rhapsody. Rhapsody ain't talking about that.
Hold on, you know I didn't say that, right?
Segregation of men versus women.
No,
then.
but that was my response.
That's
You were
the
asking
response,
about
yeah.
my response, and I was saying that for him. I'm not saying for you. I'm saying for him, it's lazy for you to say all women because there aren't a lot of, not every woman rapper is talking about that. When you generalize, that's the laziest thing you can do is generalize a whole group of people off of the actions or what you see about some.
gender.
Yeah.
Whole
You
gender.
don't do that.
I agree.
Because if he's going to generalize about that, then that gives me the right to generalize about, all men rapper, all they talk about is bitches and drugs and cars and shit.
Wouldn't that be on the radio though?
What?
That's more onus on the radio that they keep playing certain type of music.
Well, no, on I'll say it. Fuck it. on the in the higher level, more higher level, I'm talking big business, it sells.
Yeah.
So yeah, whatever's hot, it's the label's job, it's the manager's job, it's the A&R's job to create a sound, cultivate a sound, deliver the sound, package it up, send it to us as consumers, and then after we sit with it, even if we don't like it, we're programmed to like it. And because of that, it's now the norm versus being a fad. That's just business.
So it's really on the consumers. It's really on us.
It's both.
I think it's
It's a cycle.
It's a cycle. That's what I'm trying to get at. It's a cycle.
Yeah.
It's regardless of what you think. There's how many I can name. How many times have you heard records where you're like, yo, this record is trash, and then you've heard it so many times that the more you hear it, the more and more you start to convince yourself that the record is dope. You'll find something instinctively in you to say, oh, well, I do like the hook. I do like the bridge. You start to do that.
But I will say though that I know which artist was it? I forget. But there was an artist that talked about frequencies and how frequencies can actually trigger you
100%.
to
100%.
like. I wouldn't say as far as say
It does.
I wouldn't-
So no,
not
you're
necessarily
right.
mind control.
No, it is
but
mind control.
there's certain frequencies
It
that can
is.
hook people.
It's the same
in.
It's like
thing with
Auntie Anne's pretzels when you go in the mall.
Well, yo, that's a different.
and
That
they-
Krispy
No,
Kreme is different.
Auntie
It's
Anne's,
different.
though?
It's different. It's different. It's different. But it's the same thing with like Kanye, where they said where Kanye broke down his Sunday church service, and he said the reason why I have the lights a certain way is because it creates a certain energy. There's certain lights that bounce off of white or bounce off of certain colors that are supposed to do something to your brain and trigger something peaceful. That's why it's red or it's one color. Same thing with his place. Same thing why when they put you in the crazy house, everything is white because certain colors can bring out certain things in people that are mentally ill. There's a reason for that. I think that's the same thing. But I guess to the fans and viewerships, let us know what you guys think. As far as I guess just that ending topic, because I'm really curious about that from the integrity
It's a noun.
perspective. Just to everything,
like integrity.
just to everything. So
Integrity.
I just want to know what you guys think.
You're right.
INT.
I want to thank you guys for tuning in. Be sure to subscribe. Grassroots Podcast on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube. Be sure to hit the notification button. Always be noticed for our latest and greatest episodes. I want to thank Jourdan for coming on. As always, hit up the comments. Hit us up. Let us know what you guys think. I guess we out. Right?
Yeah. What's your name?
Oh, shit. Damn. Brandon.
Erin Ashley Simon.
Regular Nas.
I'm Wilson.
And our guest?
Jourdan Guyton.
And we out. Peace.